Celestial Appearance, The Humorous World of the Gourd and the Protagonist. Chapter 1, Letter from the Demon Realm. Somewhere in the Celestial Realm, the main character, Antarctica, is meditating in his house of stars. This seemingly peaceful place is actually full of changes. The Antarctic chief, the youngest god in the Celestial Realm, has just obtained an astonishing secret from the Forbidden Land on Earth. The upper echelons of the Demon Realm are plotting an invasion of the Celestial Realm. The news comes from a mysterious letter, sealed in a strange blue bead. As soon as the bead was opened, the content of the letter was simply ridiculous. Come on, the strongest god, prepare for the arrival of the demon world. We've prepared the strongest warcraft infantry, and the strongest magic. But the content that followed was even more confusing. Remember, it's all for our golden gun plan. Antarctic chief frowned. He had heard of some unscrupulous plans in the demon realm a long time ago, but this time it seemed even more exaggerated, completely inconsistent with his expectations. Suddenly, a man appeared in his mind, the Gourd who could always look at anything in a funny way. The Gourd is a mysterious advisor to the heavenly realm, always able to give the most ridiculous answers on the most serious occasions. Chapter 2, Whose Intervention? Little is known about the origin of the Gourd, but it is rumored that he was originally one of the oldest artifacts in the Celestial Realm, but was later given life and possessed powerful powers of prophecy and answers. Hulu is known for his wit and humorous answers, which make him the most effective assistant to the Antarctic chief, though his way is always hilarious. On this day, the Antarctic chief summoned the Gourd to the Star Palace. Hulu, I received a letter of challenge from the Demon Realm, and they seem to be preparing to attack the Heavenly Realm on a large scale. There was a hint of anxiety in Antarctica's tone. What do you think? The Gourd shook the rope on his body, narrowed his eyes, and smiled slyly. Oh? Letter from the Demon Realm? Then I guess their golden gun plan should be. The Antarctic governor asked eagerly, what plan? The Gourd's eyes flickered, and he said teasingly, the gods of heaven descended to earth too. The golden gun does not fall. They are definitely ready to threaten us in this way. The Antarctic almost spat out a mouthful of water. You are talking nonsense. What the hell are you talking about? Hulu smiled slyly and replied indifferently, of course, the Warcraft infantry is just for gang PS. Antarctic was stunned for a moment, then his face turned red, and he casually put aside the topic of the Gourd. Can't you be serious? We have to face the army of the Demon Realm. The Gourd lay down on the ground leisurely. Serious? What's so fun about being serious? It's better to have some humor. I promise you're in a good mood and more motivated to defeat the Demon Realm. Chapter 3, The Truth of the Demon Realm. After Hulu's absurd analysis, Antarctic's mood became somewhat lighter, but he knew that humor could not hide the real threat. So, he decided to send an emissary to the Demon Realm to find out the truth about this invasion. A few days later, the Demon Realm envoy arrived in the Heavenly Realm with a more detailed report. To the shock of the Antarctic chief, the Demon Realm's target was not just the land of the Celestial Realm, but some mysterious source of power, the Heart of Chaos. This source of power exists in the depths of the Heavenly Realm and is capable of giving the power to control the universe. They're going to take the Heart of Chaos. The Antarctic pondered for a moment, then ordered an immediate defense. However, just when the Antarctic was planning countermeasures, the Gourd suddenly jumped out, and his eyes lit up. Don't worry, I already have a way to deal with this invasion. Antarctica was a little skeptical. Are you going to use your humor to resolve the dilemma? Hulu shook his head. No, this time, I have a big move. He stretched out his hand, and a mysterious bead that shimmered with light suddenly appeared in his hand. This bead can reveal all the secrets of the Demon Realm, and even stop their invasion. But it requires some special conditions to start. Antarctic looked at the Gourd, full of doubts. What are the starting conditions? The Gourd blinked and smiled even more slyly. The starting condition is: we must find the most powerful golden gun invincible artifact in the Demon Realm. As long as this artifact is activated, we will be able to destroy the army of the Demon Realm. Antarctica smiled bitterly. You are really the most unserious person. Chapter 4, The Final Showdown. Antarctic decided to go to the Demon Realm with Gourd to find this mysterious artifact. They traveled through countless time and space, broke through countless traps, and finally came to the depths of the demon world and found the mysterious golden gun does not fall artifact. This artifact, with its strange appearance and flickering light, seems to possess great power. However, the conditions for its use are also extremely special. It can only be activated in extreme cases. The golden gun will not fall. Hulu laughed. We've finally found this magical artifact. Antarctica's eyes widened. What the hell is this? Why is it still the golden gun? Hulu smiled mysteriously. What do you think? It's actually a super powerful defensive artifact that makes it impossible for any enemy to penetrate. Antarctic shook his head helplessly. I finally understand that the plan of the demon realm turned out to be so ridiculous. Eventually, with the assistance of the Gourd, Antarctic successfully activated the artifact and defeated the invaders of the demon realm. The celestial realm regained its calm, but Hulu's humor and bizarre answers made everyone laugh. Chapter 5, A New Beginning. After the battle, Antarctica returned to the Star Palace in the Celestial Realm, and he began to think about his future and the fate of the Celestial Realm. Although he still can't fully understand Hulu's way, he knows that this seemingly indecent friend has always been his most important partner. And the Gourd, still smiling, is ready for more adventures to come. Antarctic Chief, is there anything funnier than defeating the demon realm? Hulu asked in his confident tone. Antarctic smiled helplessly. Yes, this friendship between us will never fade. They stand shoulder to shoulder as they greet the new dawn. Chapter 6, The Boundary Between Humor and Challenge. Just when the Antarctic Chief and the Gourd thought that all the troubles had been solved and the peace of the heavenly realm had finally been restored, new problems quietly appeared. This time, it's not a threat from the demon realm, nor is it some hidden crisis. This is a turmoil that originates from within the heavenly realm. The gods of the celestial realm suddenly gathered and came up with a new plan. In order to prevent another invasion of the demon realm, the celestial realm must carry out a large-scale reconstruction and strengthen its defenses. However, this reconstruction plan is not as simple as it seems, and it involves not only military reinforcement, but also a reshuffling of the power structure of the celestial realm. In this large-scale change, the Antarctic Long and Gourd have undoubtedly become the focus of the most attention. Antarctic, your position seems to be a little shaken. Hulu sat in the corner of the Star Palace, holding a small golden bottle in his hand, shaking it gently. Shouldn't we prepare in advance, lest a new enemy appear? Antarctica's eyes widened. New enemy? You mean, these gods within the heavenly realm? Hulu nodded. Exactly. This reconstruction plan is not just as simple as strengthening the army, there are more turbulent actions behind it. The higher UPS in the heavenly realm seem to be planning some ulterior plans. Antarctic frowned. You mean, there are traitors? Hulu smiled leisurely. It's not a traitor, but there are some high-level people with bad intentions, and they may take the opportunity to fight for power. I advise you to be mentally prepared not to let them get their hands on it easily. The Antarctic Chief's mood became solemn. Since becoming a god, he has been focused on protecting the heavenly realm, but he never imagined that there would be such turmoil inside. The situation in front of us seems to be calm, but in fact it is changing and full of dangers. Chapter 7, The Moment of Revelation. The turmoil within the celestial realm soon reached the ears of the Antarctic Chief. A high-ranking goddess named Byahim suddenly made a strange proposal in a recent meeting, to limit the power of the Antarctic governor to a certain extent, and to introduce more new people to rule the celestial realm together. This proposal quickly caused a heated discussion among the gods of the heavenly realm. Many deities show their support on the surface, but the motives behind them are not simple. The Antarctic Chief knew that these gods not only wanted to challenge their authority, but also secretly had their own purposes. Hulu seemed to have seen through all this, and he smiled mysteriously. This turmoil was planned by Byahim, and she hopes to pull you down from the altar and replace you herself. Antarctica's long brow tightened. Byahim? How could she do that? Hasn't she always supported me? Hulu patted him on the shoulder and pointed to the sky. These gods are always secretly scheming. Byahim is your supporter on the surface, but in fact, her purpose is to control the power of the heavenly realm. She had already found the forces that supported her, and was preparing to launch a counterattack for power. The Antarctic Chief was shocked. All this had already been seen clearly in the eyes of the Gourd. The wisdom of the Gourd is really extraordinary. Chapter 8, The Truth in the Looking Glass. Just as the Antarctic Chief prepares to investigate the conspiracy behind Byahim, a sudden event disrupts all his plans. All the mirrors of the celestial realm suddenly emitted an anomalous light. These mirrors were not ordinary reflective items, they were the source of the celestial realm's great power, capable of revealing the secrets of the future and the truth of the past. When Antarctic looked into one of the mirrors, he was stunned by what he saw as him conversing violently with a strange man dressed in black, with a grim expression and a threat in his eyes that could not be ignored. The image in the mirror also shows that him is preparing to join forces with the man in black to control the fate of the heavenly realm. Her plan is obviously not just for power, but also for more covert forces. What's going on? Antarctica's heart was full of confusion and doubt. What are they trying to do? Hulu shook his head, and there was a hint of coldness in his tone that could not be ignored. Their plan is far beyond our imagination, but such a conspiracy is not enough to fight us. Antarctica was a little stunned. What can you do? Hulu smiled indifferently, and an ancient spell suddenly appeared in his hand. No matter how they plot, the ultimate winner must be us. I've been prepared for a long time. Chapter 9, The Celestial Rebellion. When the conspiracy between him and the man in black finally surfaced, the higher UPS of the Celestial Realm could no longer ignore the impending power struggle. The Antarctic chief and the Gourd quickly joined forces, gathered the most powerful forces in the heavenly realm, and launched a counterattack. This counterattack does not rely only on force, but also on wisdom and strategy. With his extraordinary eye, Hulu analyzed every move of him and the man in black, and exposed all his plans to the public. Just as him prepares to deliver the final blow, the Antarctic governor personally steps in to crack the trap she has set and arrest her. Eventually, him's plot goes bankrupt and order in the celestial realm is restored. And the Gourd, still smiling carefree, as if this uneventful struggle did not affect him at all. How is it, Antarctic chief, are you satisfied with this battle? Hulu joked beside him. Antarctic looked at him deeply and nodded with a smile. If it weren't for you, I might have fallen into the trap a long time ago. Hulu smiled mysteriously. This is my favorite result, humorous and perfect. Chapter 10, A New Beginning. As him's plot is revealed, peace returns to the celestial realm. The Antarctic governor and the Gourd did not stop. They knew that the future of the celestial realm was still full of infinite possibilities. The management of the celestial realm began to gradually develop in a more harmonious direction, and the Antarctic governor also learned a lot from this incident, especially how to deal with the crises hidden behind the power. The Gourd is still the one who is humorous, witty, and always able to resolve any crisis. He smiled and said to the Antarctic chief, "Look, all this is just a play, and the final outcome is under our control." Antarctica was full of emotion. Perhaps, this struggle is not only for the heavenly realm, but also for the trust between us. The dawn of the celestial realm is coming again, and the adventure of the Antarctic chief and the Gourd will continue.